Yo, what's up? How's it going? Welcome back to another ES level overview with Eddie underscore higher low, aka Eddie. Hope you guys all are having a beautiful weekend. Today is May 7th, 2023. I'm out here in Chicago. It's 80 degrees. It's beautiful. Can't complain. I'm happy. But without further ado, let's just get straight into what you guys are here for, which is the ES levels that I'd be looking out for tomorrow, May 8th, 2023. But before I get started, since today is Sunday, I kind of like to go over like a brief overview as far as like the daily, just to kind of get an idea of overall bigger picture, like what are we going through or what's happening. So, just quickly looking over it, these candles, daily chart is, I don't know. For me personally, there's just not much structure. It's just all over the place. Psychological 4100 level. We had a demand zone here before that we just barely broke below, so I took it off. We got a supply still up at 4195 area, which I'm not really looking too much into it, just because once you see, if you look at the candle, it kind of broke just above it or tested above that zone. So the fact that price pretty much got to the top of it or was able to kind of consolidate within that supply zone, I don't really pay too much attention to it, but it's still there up here at that 4195 level. But one thing to keep in mind is we are in this, I guess you could say, I think it's called like megaphone pattern. I think I've heard people call it. Just kind of respecting this little back and forth. So just kind of keep an eye on that. So that's bigger overall picture. But let's go now into what I'm looking for intraday for tomorrow, which is going to be more closer, smaller zones for people that like to scalp, or even like me, people that like to trade in and out daily. So let's go into our hourly and let's see what we have for tomorrow. So zone wise, key levels and trend lines. So on Friday, we actually had this trend line. We broke out of it so strong. Price actually came back down, retested it, and we just bounced right off of it. So I'd probably suggest keeping that trend line on there. This is again is the hourly time frame. Just keep that trend line, because maybe, like, sometimes I've seen it where price might want to retest it again and bounce off of it again. It would actually be a nice setup if price were to come back down here on this key level that I have at 4117 and aligns with that trend line. So a lot of times you have that double confirmation, double confluence, and so that might be an area of interest. But we do have this strong 45-minute demand zone at 4135.75. It was heavy consolidation here before we broke out of it, so definitely keep an eye on that demand zone. Again, it might line up with this demand zone and this trend line at the same time. That might be extra confluence, and to test it back up to this key level at 4168, which has been a level that has been respected plenty of times. Again, that's a level of resistance slash support, because I actually had that question over the week. Somebody asked me, is that a supply or demand zone? That's just a level of interest. Just I've just seen prices react to it, but it's not necessarily a supply zone, just a level of resistance slash support in the past. So 4117 below, 4135.75, 45-minute demand zone, 4168 key level above us. We do have also this untested supply zone up at 4184, which is a 3-hour supply zone, which I'll show you where that's coming from. So you see this little pop up, consolidate it, trap some longs, and then we drop. So definitely looking out at that 4184 level. But the main one is up at 4193.25, which is a 2-hour one, which is pretty much the top of it right before we fell. So 4194, which lines up with that 4200 level, so it makes sense to kind of watch that level either way. But again, the key level at 4206.25. So in the future, this chart actually might look different to like the ones in the past. I guess just to show you, because I used to have my key levels on a different chart, but I just decided to put it all together. But anytime you see any of my yellow lines with these dashes, those are levels that I always have on my chart no matter what. Those are actually my, as I like to call it, my secret sauce, if you guys want to take note of it. But I've always seen prices gravitate toward these a lot. So 41.17, 41.68, 4206.25, and then down below 40.61. So those are the 4 key levels that we've been ranging in between. So just kind of keep an eye on that. If we were to break down below 41.17, we did create this 30-minute demand zone at 41.05. Pretty strong pop out of that area. So watching that area, and what happens a lot of times is we would break below this trend line. You'll get people thinking, oh, we broke below the trend line, let's take a short, and they'll take a short, not knowing there's a demand zone right below. And that's usually a very nice setup for trapping shorts. So definitely keep an eye on that level. So that's at 41.05, 30-minute demand zone. And I think that's pretty much it for tomorrow. As far as news, do we have any news tomorrow? I like always, like I say, I have a link in my in the description box with the calendar that I personally like to use. Tomorrow, it doesn't look like we have anything important. Not until Wednesday we have CPI, so definitely keep an eye on that. But for tomorrow, it should be pretty easy. We have a FOMC member speaking around 7. Oh, sorry, that's on Tuesday. FOMC financial stability report at 3. That's like after hours. So yeah, nothing too crazy as far as news. I'm not sure if there's any earnings. I haven't looked into that, but definitely something to look out for. If there might be any earnings tomorrow, I'm not so sure. But that's pretty much my overview for May 8, 2023. And yeah, I hope this is helpful. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It seems like people are enjoying this, so I appreciate it. Again, if you do enjoy this, please hit that like button, please subscribe, please share this, because it does help the channel grow, and I do want to grow this out to something bigger. I mean, this is just the baby steps right here, but anything that you guys can do as far as, you know, liking, subscribing, sharing is definitely going to help me out. So again, I truly appreciate it. Hope you guys all have a good weekend. Hope you guys have a good week. Expect another video tomorrow night, going for, you know, I'm trying to do these nightly depending on how the interaction is, and it seems like the feedback has been nice. So definitely something I'm gonna keep doing until people like it. And I mean, if not, it's just something I just enjoy doing either way. But I hope you guys have a good day tomorrow. Respect your rules, follow your plan. Let's get it.